I was the assistant principal at Miller Middle School, which is where I met Serena. She was really bright. She got excellent grades, if my memory serves me correctly, but she was atypical in a way, and I know that her teachers often were perplexed by her.
Hi, my name is Serena. I am a sophomore at Columbia University. I actually wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until my junior year in high school, but it's been something that's been impacting me my entire life, obviously.
Because I didn't make an assumption of, ADHD or maybe some other type of, learning disability or learning difference or whatever. I didn't assume that. Then what I did assume is it must be her fault. It must be her intentionally acting out.
Most of the time, I didn't even know I was acting out because I just thought it was completely normal. I didn't know that you can just get up randomly and run around in class, for example. So that was those were some things that happened to me in middle school. I found myself in the office a lot. My parents got emails home a lot. I think it's both not knowing I had ADHD and also because of the ADHD, because obviously ADHD makes you more impulsive, and then it's something that can be assuaged with the knowledge that you have ADHD.
There's something about kids that are quite bright that they get a little bit dismissed in the classroom.
In high school, I reached out to my counselor because I was like, okay, this kind of isn't adding up. I shouldn't really be spending 8 hours studying for something that I would end up getting a C at. He basically was like, your grades are too high. There's no way that you have a learning disability or ADHD or anything like that.
I started to think maybe I don't, as readily recognize signs of ADHD in girls.
When you think ADHD, I think most people still think of the white boy stereotype. I don't think that exactly popped into their head when they were dealing with me and when they were trying to find out what was up with me. I was finally diagnosed and then had accommodations. But there was also this thing there were Asian stigma around the subject of learning disabilities and neurodiversity. No one really wants to think that your child is weaker or your child is different. So there's a lot of pressure on not placing a label on yourself.
What I do find myself doing is advocating for students who are getting under their teachers' skins and helping the teacher understand that there may be things at play here, that it's not that the kid is doing this intentionally, but there are things that are not completely in the child's control or level of awareness as well. And it's really up to us as the adults to help them, to help bring that to their awareness.
A huge change from just being demonized as a child to being oh, there is something. I am not the terrible person that I was made to be or I thought I was. In order to support TUI learners, teachers need to have a really good understanding of what it is. And also, they need to not be afraid of mentioning that possibility to a parent. You can be high achieving, you can still struggle. It's not something that is dependent on IQ. It's not something that's dependent on capability. And if anything, it's something that only increases your capability once you have the diagnosis, once you have the supportive measures to work around what you couldn't previously. That's what really helps me navigate my TUI journey.